Welcome back, family. Welcome back to What's the Juice at the Juicy Tea 1111 Energy. I hope you're well and rested. Okay, thank you so much for your likes, shares, and your subscribes. Hit your notification bell, tapping into the messages. I am truly grateful. Thank you for also sowing positivity into the space. I am truly grateful. Okay, the divine wanted me to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle. We're going to see the messages that come out of there. And before we get started, let's go on and invoke protection. I call upon the divine to surround me. I invite my ancestors, angels, guides, and protectors to stand with me and within me. No lower energy may enter this space or my temple. Only what serves truth, healing, understanding, and highest good may dwell here. And so it is. Ashe. Okay, so we have the Garden of Venus out here, rest and renewal. So this may be a time that you are resting, or at least getting more rest than you may have gotten in the past. Okay, this rest energy is giving me also putting things to rest. Okay, 25 could be significant. It breaks down to the number 7. Okay, I don't know why I heard that, but okay, I'm going to see. hmm I've never looked at this book. This is, okay, which one is this? This is the Garden. Let's see if it tells me how to get to it faster. What is that? Garden of Venus. You know what? Venus also represents love, so possibly there could be something here pertaining to a relationship or a partnership, possibly, a divine connection. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. It's alphabetical. There we go. So it says here, Garden of Venus. It says, when the Garden of Venus appears, you are invited, actually summoned, to return to the pleasure garden of love. It is time to leave the field of battle. But your sword, put your sword away. There is nothing you need to defend anymore. Step through the gate into the garden of earthly delights. Bask in the joy of wish fulfilling trees and the scent of the healing flowers. You have returned home. You are weary, and for some of you, it goes on to say, you are weary and it is time to rest deeply and be renewed. Go into the sacred garden alone, as there is no need for another to be present to experience its pleasures. Okay. Really stop looking for the other. Enter by yourself. Wow. Allow your scenes to intoxicate you. Leave all thought behind, lose your analytical mind, and return to your body. In the Garden of Venus, there is a still pond that shows you your reflection when you stoop down to drink. Okay. It says, who is that staring back at you? Look at who you have become. Rinse your face with these healing waters and practice deep acceptance. Love who you have turned into with all your imperfections and blemishes. Mm. The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all your flawed beauty. Okay? Do not become caught in its spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield, that you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have a use for your sword. Mm. Mm. And y'all, that's funny because I've never even read any of the books. Okay, so I feel like it has a lot to do with accepting yourself, loving yourself here, okay, and all of your beautiful flaws, okay. And maybe you could have been feeling like you were being judged. This is giving me the feeling of like you've been feeling judged, right, by others, but it's something about yourself that you're not seeing that they see in you. So, recognize that within yourself, okay? Love yourself is what I'm hearing, all your beautiful flaws, okay? Because what you may not recognize and love about yourself, others do recognize and maybe like about you or love about you, but you could be seeing things from a negative perspective that they're judging you, but maybe they're not. Maybe this is why people are jealous of you. Hmm. Okay. Then we have the first breath out here, beginner's mind. All right, take a look at that. I'm glad it's in alphabetical order. Okay, first breath out here. It says when the first breath card shows up for you, it is time to leave the old stories and tales behind. You have arrived. Take a deep breath and another. There is nothing else you need to do but take in the new world that is revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. There is no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage to get to where you are now. Just take it all in and experience the awe and wonder of your arrival at this destination, even if it is a familiar place you have come to many times before. Try to experience it as if for the first time, for you are renewed and the old you is no longer your concern. Practice the beginner's mind, not labeling nor naming what you see and experience. That situation that was so difficult only a few days ago, just be with it and breathe. You have already gone beyond it. Have you have already gone beyond it, have overcome and resolved it, even if no one else realizes this yet. Soon enough, they will as you move on. Do not squander the power of first breath, giving the old narrative mouth to mouth resuscitation. Use it for new beginnings to animate a world you can play and create in. Do not underestimate the power of your breach and the magic of the word. Do not underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word. Okay, so this feels to me, family, like if you were experiencing something a few days back, you've resolved the issue. It may take others to realize that you've resolved it, but you've resolved it. Stop visiting it with, the mind set that you were in when it was taking place. It's been resolved. Okay, so now start seeing things from a different perspective and breathe and know about the magic in your words. Okay. One more, spirit. Mm. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Okay. You could be 25, 21, 45, anywhere between that age group. You could have been born on the 25th, 23rd of the month, and then we have 7 out here again. 737 may be significant. 737. Okay. It says repairing the veil. Okay. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them. So we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connections and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else. Okay, we can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulties or harm to someone else. And also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty. As you become an unwitting hostage, once you take the role of perpetuator or victim, both positions of weakness, right? Let go of all of your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much needed declaration of freedom. Okay, family? All right, Spirit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, an unmarked trail, revelation. Okay, let's see what this says. You are called now to embark on a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights, in their quest for the Holy Grail, had to make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one had ever followed, or they would not accomplish their goal. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet undefined to find what you seek. The manicured paths will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. Stop it. You already know there is no reward at the end of the road you are following. Wow. You are only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit in your heart to a sacred endeavor. Vow to not look for old solutions that may have worked with past challenges. Get out of character, try the outrageous, and keep your quest private. Now is not the time to speak of the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you have already made a choice, even if you don't know what to acknowledge. Even if you don't want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already been made up, and your mind will follow. Pack lightly, taking with you only essential beliefs that you know to be trustworthy under all circumstances. The universe has your back. And I have never read from that book. So as Spirit had a message, take it how it resonates, okay? So we're going to get into I feel like it was a lot of knowledge right there, okay? So it feels to me like many of you, whatever your path is, be private with it, okay? Don't put it out there because, there's a lot of people that, could be upset, right? And that could have been where a lot of jealous or envy was coming from, as it stated. Okay, so something about you just moving in silence and being private with it, taking only essentially what you need. Okay. Message. Okay. The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. So some of you could be in that energy right now, okay? Because the messages that came out, you could be having some overwhelming, thoughts, feelings, emotions pertaining to, the right path, okay? Or the path that you're on. I feel like Spirit is speaking to you pertaining to that now, okay? Whoa. Somebody here is feeling like they can't let go of you. Okay, this could just be those powers that be, right? Yeah, there could be a lot of sexual desire here. I feel with the Garden of Venus. Some of you have been celibate for a very long time. Something about that. With this energy of I can't let go of you, I feel like that message for the first breath, somebody's going to have to figure out how to, because things are changing. They need to stop looking at things from the past perspective that they had, because now we are in a new world. That is what it said. Okay. Somebody here feels like they are better with their mind than their heart, and they don't understand why they can't move on from you. And it's because you've been their energy source. You've been their ideas, you've been their creation, you have been everything to this energy. That's why they don't know how to move on without you, possibly. Or they may not even want you to be able to move on and function without them. We are all one, but I feel like we are all also unique in our own way. So a lot of people are going to have to find their own true um, creativity, clarity, ideas, etc. Okay. Yeah. I have a lot to, it says, I have to let you go to find myself. Okay. So there could be somebody that is now leaving out of your life. This could have been somebody that you felt was meant for you. I feel like they may be finding their own path now. Yeah, I also feel like it has a lot to do with them repairing their veil as well. See, a lot of people right now need to know that they're feeling as if they need to step outside of whatever they've been trying to do pertaining to follow you, copy you, be like you type energy. They got to find themselves. I feel like that is more pertaining to the repairing of the veil. Also, somebody here may be wanting to step away from some sort of desire that they may have had for you. Okay, for those of you who are not celibate, okay, that's the portion of the message for you. And flip the rose as you see fit. Okay, I don't want to say everything because I feel like a lot of the messages are for you to make sense of them because you know what's going on in your life. Okay. Hmm. Let me get three more, please, Spirit. One more for the Garden of Venus, please. Yeah, somebody does. They want out. Okay, so somebody could have. Now, this is what it's feeling like for me. And I mean, not for me personally, but the energy I'm feeling here. Somebody here, they may want to be out of a lustful type of energy. hmm Maybe they have. Ooh, I just heard that. Shut up. Mm-mm. Something has them wanting to get out of this energy, okay? Something that may have taken place, something that has transpired. It could have been, because they may have gotten someone pregnant. They may have caught some sort of sexually transmitted demon. Yeah. Spirit is saying, yeah, you were right. Okay. Somebody could have, caught something or got someone pregnant, okay? And this kind of messed them up. They couldn't make a sound decision here. So somebody had to let go of someone or something or a desire that they may have had in order to find themselves because they couldn't make a decision. They are now repairing their veil. Hmm. hmm You may have sensed this for whoever this message is resonating with. Okay. Yeah. See, they feel like no one understands them. Maybe you're the only person that had understood them. I feel like somebody here is trying to communicate with you to let you know if you felt ghosted or like somebody all of a sudden disappeared or just fell off the face of the earth and you just was like, well, what happened? And they didn't give you any closure or they didn't say anything. And not that closure is needed, but sometimes when you're just like steady with somebody and then all of a sudden they disappear, this could have been a question in the back of someone's mind, not necessarily, but could have been, take that into consideration. So if you were wondering what has happened, this is what someone is possibly telling you. This could be you. Yeah. It is dark without you. Okay. I feel like this energy right here, because they're on this trail. I need to hold back my true feelings for you. Yeah, see, somebody is on a dark trail, dark path, or they've taken a trail. They're wanting to hold their feelings back for you. This could be somebody that is going through a transition, okay? Possibly an ascension, finding their true selves. Yeah. And the emotions that they're experiencing now are overwhelming to them. Huh. Mm, yeah. It has a lot to do with desire. It has a lot to do with a desire here, a real union, them wanting to make sure that the union is right, being spiritually guided to you. I feel like this desire here, someone is fighting lust. Somebody could be fighting lust here. Yeah. Something could have them depressed. Somebody here could be feeling depressed, possibly behind them, not really seeing things the way they should have been seeing them. They could be feeling like they self-sabotage themselves, okay? Their life is going up in flames. They're at a breaking point right here. Because I feel like it has something to do with their lust. Oh, wait. Mm. Mm. Yeah, this person is stubborn as hell. They didn't want to hear it. Somebody was sick and tired, okay, and I feel like sick and tired of possibly being used or abused from a sexual standpoint, or they could have been feeling like that. Somebody could have been feeling overwhelmed, like all this person wants from me is that type energy, and they want to move on from that. They've made a decision. Didn't I say one of them say that a decision has been made? Yeah, somebody made a decision because they were tired of a repetitive cycle here. Could have been dealing with an ex, okay? Somebody who was like, undercover, under wraps, could have been involved in a love triangle. Somebody could just now be realizing that, okay? Somebody could have, went backwards and possibly slept with an ex. Somebody could have been involved with somebody that you know. But it was like this energy, they couldn't let go of you. Ooh, I know that energy, right? They don't want to let go of you, but they don't want to let go of the other person. It's very stubborn type energy here, masculine, feminine energy. Flip the roles as you see fit. May not be your story, so if it's not a problem. But somebody here was very stubborn, very bossy, selfish type energy, inflexible, okay? Lacked empathy, or at least that's how someone's feeling. Yeah, somebody felt like they were better with their mind versus their heart. And in actuality, they should have been leading with the energy of Venus. This has, caused somebody to realize that there's soul contracts out here. Okay. Somebody may now be realizing that there's a soulmate partnership, spiritual union, and some sort of karmic agreement. So somebody could have made an agreement, right? Not realizing it was karmic, but once they woke up to it, they got sick of the situation they were in. It could have been a cyclical cycle where, it was just a bunch of karmic things happening. Could have been positive, could have been negative. Okay. Karmic energy or karmic agreements has a lot to do with lessons. Okay, so somebody here wants to step into a more unified partnership, possibly with a soulmate. Somebody here wants a spiritual union. That's why they are starting to trust you now. They're no longer snooping on you, possibly, because it's in the reverse, okay? So somebody is wanting to now believe and trust in you because they feel like you could be this energy, or, they want to get out of a lustful energy and step into a more trustful energy. They do feel like they can't really move on from you, though. Maybe they can't move on from that snooping. Yeah, they may not pop up on you. So your ex may, yeah, if somebody ghosted you, or I don't want to say ghosted you, but just like fell off the face of the earth, it could be because, they're going through a transformation right now. The old them is passing away, symbolic death for a miraculous rebirth type energy. Yeah, because they feel like they could have hit rock bottom due to some sort of karmic lesson here. I'm telling you, Lord have mercy. And the real reunion that maybe they feel like they lost out on could have been a real reunion with you, or you with them. Mm. Yeah, and somebody is realizing that, their vibes are more in sync with you than someone else. Feels like a lot of realization is taking place at this time, family. So only take it how it resonates at 24:45, okay? But I feel like this is Spirit's message to you. Yeah, so something about the red flags here, okay? You need to definitely pay attention to red flags. It could be evidence of someone cheating or being deceptive in a relationship. You're picking up on that, and this could have your feelings kind of feeling overwhelmed. Yeah. And it could have been because, look at this here. Could have been because somebody was fulfilling a fantasy here, and somebody don't want to hear about it anymore. Damn. Somebody could have felt like they got kicked to the curb. This person could have been somebody that was doing drugs. I told you, somebody could have got a pregnancy test and came back caught cheating. They got caught because somebody got pregnant. Somebody could be breaking some news to somebody that they got somebody pregnant, or somebody is breaking some news that they are pregnant, and maybe not by who, you know, they supposed to be pregnant by. I don't know. And this energy out here right now is feeling like they got played. Ooh-wee, I am not about to do it. I'm not about to do it, okay? So family, only take that message how it resonates, okay? I appreciate you tapping in. Thank you for being here. Let's get ready to close out because I'm over that energy because it could be a lot going on right now, okay, family? So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for the like, share, subscribes, sowing positivity into the space through sharing, through dropping comments, through, you know what I'm saying, however you choose fit to contribute to the space, your donations, joining. I am truly grateful. Let's close out. I release the weight of the matrix, its betrayal and deception. I stand rooted in my truth. I call my power, peace, and alignment back. I am whole, I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. And until next time, you have a magnificent day. Ashe.